Welcome back to the channel. My name's not Will, but I will trade for your Pokemon. Today I want to talk about what feels like a secret Pokemon product that's coming soon. This is called the Pokemon Trading Card Game Classic. We don't have a ton of info on this yet, other than the cards are insanely gorgeous and they may not be cheap. This is a take on the original version of Pokemon cards with a new set, a new mat, and new rules that mimic some of the original intentions at the very beginning of the Pokemon series. It should be fun. I'm really looking forward to it. So let's really quickly just take a second to appreciate some of the art that's being released. It really is beautiful. This art that you're going to be seeing on screen is from the Japanese set. We have a little bit more information about the Japanese release than we do for the English counterpart. So a lot of the info that we'll share here is going to be based on that, and hopefully the English set will kind of follow suit. Now what you're seeing here is that these are reprints of the original base set, but they all feature a really cool new glitter holo foil. I mean, it is just mind-blowing. It looks so pretty, and it really is a nice recreation of those original cards. We also are getting a few new cards, though, in the form of Lugia, Ho-Oh, and Suicune EX. And I think in the US, it seems like, or in the English set, it seems like we might be getting a Mr. Mime card that was only ever released internationally in Japanese. Now we do know a little bit more about the Japanese version of this, and what we know there is that it sounds like it's going to be one master product that contains 3 decks and a total of 32 cards in this set across those 3 decks. The price point there is going to be 35,000 Japanese yen, which translates to about $240 USD. Now what we know about the US set, or the English set, is not much, right? We know that there's probably going to be 34 cards in the set. We don't know a price point, but we imagine it's going to be a similar type of product in the sense that it's going to be one master box with 3 decks, those 34 cards. Now, as I mentioned, one of the new English cards is going to be that Mr. Mime card, and what we know as far as the difference in the cards themselves between the two sets, since we typically do see Japanese cards get a little bit of a different holo foil than the English counterpart. What we know is that the Japanese set is going to have a gold holo foil around the border, whereas the English set is not going to have that holo foil around the border. It's just going to be the standard gold as we saw in the original base set. Now, we still are going to have that glitter foil on the actual card itself for the English set, which is plenty to be excited about and definitely a really nice upgrade for these cards. For the Japanese set, they have a late October 2023 release date. I don't know if they've put an official date on the calendar for that yet. And for the English set, we have late fall 2023. Now, based on some links from GameStop, we have 2 hypotheses around the English set. The first is that it's going to be a $400 price point and that it's going to have a November 3rd release date. Now, I don't know if I necessarily buy either of those because, number one, a $400 price point for the English set would be quite a markup from the Japanese equivalent, and then the November 3rd date is the same date as Paradox Rift releasing, which I don't think that they would do. I do believe, however, that the English set will be released before Black Friday to get ahead of the holiday shopping craze. As far as the price, I don't know. The other thing that I'm not certain about is maybe how they might differentiate and piece it out for the US or English market. As mentioned, there's 3 boxes or 3 decks that come inside of this collector box. Now it's unclear if they would piece those out and sell it deck by deck, or if you would have to buy one big box, one master collection of this at a higher price point. So hopefully we're going to get more of those details here soon. But the big difference between the English and the US set is, number one, that holo border, and then number 2, there's a slightly different amount of cards in the set as far as we know today. I definitely want to give a shout out to PokeBeach. They have a lot of great information around this set. They've been a great source of mine to get a lot of this information for you all. Now, personally, I'm super stoked for this set. Honestly, it's probably the best set released this year based on what I've seen from the Japanese artwork. I've been really excited about Pokemon 151. I'm even really excited about Paradox Rift with the new Groudon art that they released. Even the Gimminghoul and the Golden Go art that they released is really enticing and really exciting. And honestly, we've had a great year of Pokemon releases with Crown Zenith at the very beginning of the year, with the Scarlet and Violet sets, the Paldea Evolved, the Obsidian Flames. It's been a really great year for Pokemon card collectors. But I think that this set takes the cake, and just the fact that it's a base set reprint with a really cool, nice new look and feel to the holo foil. I'm stoked. So make sure you're following and subscribe to the channel, because it's going to be my full-time job. Not seriously, but I wouldn't mind to really dig up some information around this leading up to the release. So as soon as I have more information, you'll find it here on the channel or some of my other socials. So make sure you subscribe and follow along. Thanks for watching, and we'll keep you up to date as we get the info.